Pre-app checklist. Alright. Comedy switch. It's on. First time for that. Rubber fist. In place. Floor levels. Average. Naturally. This is Andrew requesting to be Andrew.
Copy that.
Copy that.
Copy that.
Or copy that, Andrew.
Copy that, Andrew.
Comedy levels. Oh, whoa. Middling. Good enough. Oh, good. Alright, cool. You're good. Thank you, sir. There you go. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Capt. Ian speaking. Today we'll be cruising at an altitude of 7,500.
You guys seem to know each other. We have a boy at home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you ready for boarding, guys?
We were born ready. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Your captain. I'd like to wish you a nice day and thank you for your trust in us.
So guys,
European 162, what's your emergency?
Okay, well, what did you think of this movie?
I enjoyed it, I thought it was real good. It was really tense.
It was.
Yeah, it reminded me of a movie I'd seen, a Japanese movie called Harakiri, which is like, to me, the movie that is basically just tragedy upon tragedy.
Yeah.
Until the end, you're just like, that was super sad. But this was like the personification of tension, suspense.
Yeah.
But there was lots to like about it, and there were lots of things about it that were unique to just this movie. And I fully recommend people watch it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. But tense is the word. And if you're taking someone on a date to the movies once they reopen and COVID's gone, don't be holding hands, because that's going to be slick. It's going to be disgusting. She's not going to like that.
Pretty sure pregnancy in the future is all going to be based around like the Superman style, where everyone's in a little pod growing on seaweed. Then no one has to touch each other.
I'm not touching nothing.
Well, it's going to be like Demolition Man.
People will still touch themselves, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's the only safe way now. Don't worry about it, man. It's under control.
Okay, all right then.
What's your emergency?
Michael? I'm fine. Okay. Just focus now. I'm bringing down the airplane.
Yeah. Okay.
European 162, what's your emergency?
we have a 7500.
But anyway, this movie, I like the fact, I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he was your main guy.
He just played a very believable role of a guy who under extreme pressure.
I think that must be more fun for an actor as well.
Gotta be. So what is this? They're back again.
What?
What?
I told you not to worry about it, mate. It's under control.
But I want to know. I'm curious.
It's none of your business. You'll find out when you find out.
Okay, all right. So I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like the fact that it was set in only like one place.
Yeah.
The cockpit of a plane.
We haven't mentioned that. The whole thing is just in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And it's all about, there's a door between the cockpit and the rest of the plane, and hijackers attempt to take over the plane. They haven't really got weapons. They've got bits of glass.
Yeah.
But he has the door shut. And how it ends up
Chaos
being,
ensues.
it ends up being on the, early on it's him versus the hijackers, and it's sort of a strategy game while being really like gut-wrenching moments happening to the characters.
Yeah, because you can imagine what they're doing. Like the pilot can see what's happening outside his locked door,
You've got a wee camera on the door.
and you can imagine what the hijackers are doing to people at that camera, at that screen.
Yeah, and
Horrible. So he's got to see that and not open the door.
he has to talk to the terrorists on the phone. He has to try and convince them not to take these certain actions they're taking.
Yeah.
And there's like a personal angle to it that you don't expect. Virat Omid Mimar is the actor's name. He was just as good as Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was like a frenzied young guy who's one of the terrorists. Doesn't really want to be there, but has kind of been brought in and is taking part, and is way more desperate and unpredictable than the other people in it. And
kind of believable that he's been swept up in all of this hype, and now here he is in this situation.
And he's super scary because he's real vulnerable.
Yeah, and terrified.
And you don't know what the hell he's going to do.
He's like an animal in a corner, eh? Yeah.
So that was excellent.
I also enjoyed the fact that there was no music.
Yeah.
No music in this. There was just ambient sound of an airplane, which made it super intense, because I associate that sound with flying, which I find quite tense.
There's you got to remember there's always the knocking going on.
Oh yeah, so knocking at the door.
Nearly like the whole time. There's this knocking just going the whole time. Like open the door, even when he's like dealing with the fact that he's been stabbed or moving a body or trying to get on the radio to someone. All of that. It all looked like a real struggle, and it was awesome to watch.
Well, this reminds me of the knocking that we are having here.
Completely different.
Oh, really?
Not even related.
Okay, well, you keep telling me not to worry about it. It's fine. I won't worry.
Entirely coincidental.
Okay.
Status of the crew, I don't know. I just hope they're safe in the bag.
Understood. How many passengers are on board?
85.
Open the door! Open the door! Hey! Open the door! You gotta open the door! You gotta open the door!
No!
Open up! Open up!
Go away!
That's it. I'm using the key.
No! Occupado! Just wanted to mention, like, the script felt super tight.
Yeah.
Early on, they just have, like, it's sort of like natural conversation between people at work, as the pilots come on the plane, and so do the flight attendants and whatnot. And in that conversation, they establish who's the dominant people, the ranks, and they establish the jobs.
Yeah.
And you see how they're interacting with each other and how they know each other. But without it being stated, none of this like, it's been a while since I've seen you, my brother, who owns a carpet business.
Oh yeah.
There's none of that. Yeah, it was way more subtle and natural.
Yeah, it seemed like two guys, or not just two guys. It seemed like the people on the job, the pilots, the stewardess, the stewards, the baggage collection, and all these people. And even later in the movie, you got like negotiators and other people, and they're all very believable.
Yeah, I like
top notch. But it was slammed online. Well, not slammed. It was like really low ratings.
Yeah, I get it.
On IMDb,
I'm surprised about that.
Real average on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, this was a great movie.
This was something else to mention too. Was that this cost $5 million?
Oh yeah,
$5 million. That is nothing.
It's nothing.
And it made $2.8 million at the box office. That was a crime.
It tanked.
Really. Well, I'm glad to see that it's on Amazon Prime, because it means more people will see it. That's how we saw it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, it's on Amazon Prime, and it is worth your time.
Yeah,
and that did rhyme. Look, can I help or?
European 162 German air defense. Can you read me?
Full credit to the cinematographer for keeping it interesting inside one little room.
That would have been hard.
Yeah. I even noticed things like when it would show the screen that you could see from the camera on the other side of the door. It wasn't always the same shot of the screen. Sometimes you wouldn't even see the screen, like all the choices of when to put in audio and when to show it. Yeah, and how to keep one little room interesting. And on top of that, the room is a complicated room. It's a cockpit.
Yeah.
And it's like the camera had to show that there's this chair, there's a chair back here, there's a space over here.
Yeah.
There's things down here for the maps and stuff. There's little things you can clip bits of paper into. It has to show you where the door control is, where the throttle is, what the horizon detector doodad is, all of that stuff. And by the end of it, you sort of understand a lot more about the interior of the plane and how it works. Like, I didn't know you could open the window in the cockpit.
Well, by the end of it, I was like, at the start I was like, yeah, that's a pretty cool job. By the end it was like, I don't ever want to be a pilot. I never want my children to be pilots. No one I know is going to be a pilot.
Like, imagine if someone tries to hijack your bus. You just park and run out the door. There's nothing you can do in a plane. You're stuck there.
Yeah. Oh,
Pass.
hard pass.
But yes, I highly recommend the movie.
I recommend it too.
I reckon out of 10 biscuits, I'd give it 8 malt biscuits out of 10.
A malt because that's sort of bland airplane food.
That wasn't my thinking at all, but
That's my thinking, so
Yes,
that's what it is
okay,
now.
let's go with it.
We'll go with that.
All right.
So what did you get? 8 out of 10?
I did.
Well, that's higher than online ratings.
Yeah, those people were missing out. This movie was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. It was. Sweaty palm syndrome on it, but
Yeah, I got about 3 stomach ulcers watching the movie.
yeah.
And then I looked at the time and it was 20 minutes in. Nothing had even happened at that point.
I appreciated the fact they
The
kept
slow build.
the
man.
slow build, but
Yeah.
within 90 minutes. It's a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, it was
so it's
great.
not going to take all night. It's no Return of the King.
Well,
It's got one ending.
The Eagles are coming!
I'll totally agree with your 8.
oh, yeah.
A great movie. Watch this movie and enjoy it.
Soundtrack of the summer.
Yeah, yeah. It's a soundtrack to put you to sleep.
Yeah, lots of knocking. Always puts me straight to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Knocking, screaming.
Screaming, crying,
Yeah.
moaning,
Panic breathing.
deaths, a frenzied crowd.
Yep.
The sound you get when planes get forced into a nosedive, that always puts me straight to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. A negotiator. Like on the the beeping that starts. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
That puts me out every time.
Yeah,
the sound of a police negotiator outside of the building. that I just dropped straight off.
he was a cool character.
Yeah, it was.
Never saw him.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie. Yeah. Here they are again. Oh, are you going to get it?
Yeah, I'll sort it out.
All right, all right. I wonder who it is.
Thanks. Yep. See you next time.
What did they give you? Who was that?
Knockers.